They stink. They're dogs. They go to the park and roll around in grass, and you don't know what's in the grass. So, 5 biggest home turnoffs. Houses sell pretty quick. We know that, right? As long as it's in decent condition, marketed correctly, and priced correctly. There's 5 things that buyers generally look at when they're looking at homes to buy. And if any of these things tend to jump out and say, not really what I'm looking for, it'll sit on market. And we do have houses that sit on market. I talk about that on my Wednesday lives. We have houses, there's roughly 5 to 10% of the current inventory, which is very low, sit on market for over 40 and 90 days. It's crazy, but it's true because you have to set your house up ready to sell. You have to show buyers that you're willing to sell. Otherwise, they're going to be meh. And first one is overpricing your house. The most important thing is pricing your house. And I know it's ego. I know it's hubris. I know it's one of those things where my house is worth $10 million. It's not worth what you think it is. It's worth what buyers are willing to pay for it, period. If you have it priced at $2 million and it's really worth 1.5, it's going to sit on the market. I can guarantee you that there's houses that are overpriced. Some agents tend to take the listing because they're desperate, they're not experienced enough, or they're trying to be nice to the seller, and the seller thinks they know better. And then at the end of the day, we knew better. We told you, hey, look, this house is worth $1.5 million, not $2 million. That's going to take a long time. And then the seller goes, I'm okay. I can wait a while and I'm okay to negotiate it down. That might work in other areas, but in our area, we tend to place it low and let bidders bid it up to what they're willing to pay for. That's a standard strategy here. And if you go against the norm, you're going to wind up shooting yourself in the foot. But by all means, totally up to you. Smells. And I'm not just talking about fish eat the night before or what have you. If you have dogs and they pee or they stink, I have dogs. I know that. My couches are their hangout, and I know that if and when I ever sell my house, I'm going to throw those couches away because they've destroyed them. They stink. They're dogs. They go to the park and roll around in grass, and you don't know what's in the grass. So yeah, any kind of smell. If they happen to pee in a certain area, that area needs to be mitigated. It needs to be repaired. Whether it's a carpet, you got to get rid of that carpet because smells will turn off a buyer faster than the price. I've walked into houses and they smell like mold and we're gone in 30 seconds. One, because I don't want my clients, my buyers to walk into a house and sit there for 20 minutes and inhale mold. That's not safe. I'm not going to do that. If it's musty, moldy, smelly, smells like smoke, smells like dog, smells like urine, smells like fish, we're out. So your house is going to sit on market for a bit. Clutter. Now, let's take a quick look. That is clutter right there, guys. And I intend on putting it back to make it look decent, to make it look normal, to get rid of all the clutter. Now I have teenage girls living in my house and they just leave their stuff everywhere. It's the snail trail of my teenage daughters that they leave their food, their cups, their clothes, their shoes, their little hair ties, everything they leave in the house, not in their room. And their room is gross, but that's teenage. It doesn't matter what side. Get rid of clutter. You can see I have a lot of stuff on the wall right here, right? There you go. See, I have a lot of stuff. I recommend no more than 3 things on any surface. Now it's a wall, it's a little shelf, it's desk, it's anything that people can walk in and set. You can have 4, but really go to 3. Rule of thumb is 3. Anything more than that, it's clutter. Deferred maintenance. I can tell you I have a list of honey-do lists that's a mile long. We can help you with that. Once you hire us, we'll happy to walk through that. I have vendors and contractors and painters, landscapers, movers, you name it. We can handle the whole process for you so you can go back to work or hang out with your kids or deal with your life, because I understand that your life is your life and moving shouldn't take up your life. It should take up a little bit of time and energy, but let us do the heavy lifting for you. But anything deferred maintenance, cracks in walls, broken appliances like my microwave doesn't turn, you have to slam it like 5 times, and having that fixed. Any kind of sockets that don't work or switches that don't work. I have a light in my garage that won't shut off and I have to fix that. So those little tiny things, you walk into a house with a buyer and they're looking, oh, this is so pretty. And they try to switch on the light and light bulbs are burnt, or they can't shut off the garage light because it's broken. Little things like that make them second guess quality of your house. It's important. It really is super important to make sure that you present your house in the best light. And deferred maintenance is a great way to tick people off or get them off on say, you know what, I'm going to go with another house that looks a little bit better. Dark and dated decor. My room is pretty dark and I'm not going to paint it until I sell. I've painted this house 7, 8 times and I'm done. I'm not going to do it anymore. But when I go to sell it, I want to make sure I know what the newest colors are. I'm also going to look at the lights and the fixtures and the doorknobs and the handle pulls on the cabinets and the sink. Make sure it looks modern. The counters look dated. I'll replace that. If the cabinets look beat up, like my kitchen cabinets are pretty beat up now, even though I've replaced twice now. When you go to sell your house, you want to update things, spend some time, unless you want to sell it as is, but then don't ask for a premium. It goes right back up to overpricing it. I can sell your house as is, repaired, or completely turnkey. And those are the 3 models that we work on. And I show you the differences, and I'm happy to help walk you through that entire process.